A few minutes after the morning bell finishes its chime, the teacher walks in and my first class begins. I'm on time? Either that or he's 10 minutes late. I sigh loudly and slouch in my chair. Lillian. Of course. She'll be here, won't she? And after everything that happened before, I'm not sure what to say to her. Ugh, looks like the class is beginning. Guess I better try to pay attention today. The key word being try. Lunch arrives before I realize it. Yeah, this whole paying attention thing doesn't really suit me. More importantly, I've got to track down Rin and Lucas to ask about what they were doing the other day.
Do you understand now? This is why the radio is so important.
I see. This is the first time we've said this, but you're a strange guy.
Lillian and Lucas are in our usual spot talking about something.
I can't hear them from where I'm standing, but they can't see me.
What? I'm not eavesdropping, I'm just checking my watch.
Extremely slowly.
It might sound strange to you, but it's a key element of character design. How do you expect to learn to draw if you can't look at things from the perspective of the fan?
Well, this was just your impromptu idea.
That's not the point. Information like this can come handy everywhere in life.
I'd like to know even a single place where that might come in handy.
That's an insignificant detail. Just don't forget. 4125.
It's a necessity. I might regret asking this, but do you really find these things that interesting? I don't know why, but I will note these numbers. This might be important. And I probably won't remember this.
But of course, this is a vital aspect of my existence.
And you're not ashamed at all to talk about it?
Not in the slightest.
Not even to a girl?
Well, maybe a little, but I have no need to admit that to you.
You weren't planning on saying that, were you?
A cunning mastermind such as myself makes no mistakes. But occasionally a slip of the tongue does so good.
Something strange. I'm not sure what, but you're a strange guy.
I'm not interested in ordinary humans, so I have no complaints.
Lynn laughs in reaction, but it's not the same way you'd laugh at a sitcom on TV or bedpan. You're far more transparent than you think. Has anyone ever told you that?
Not in recent memory.
Damn it, something is not right. You create an identity by pretending to push reality away, but really you are just...
Sorry, I'm late. I barked into the hall.
I had to talk to one of my teachers after class. What have you guys been up to?
Well, I was just telling Lillian about the ideal ratio of...
Never mind that. What have you been doing, Lillian? My only formal friend here. Just the usual. Then let's eat. Studying makes me hungry. I take out my lunch with more vigor than necessary. The other seems to notice that something's off, but never mind, it's lunchtime. That's all. But I remember something as our conversation continued. It's not a complete memory, but it's there somewhere. It happened by chance. Lucas' binder was left lying on the ground as a small brightly colored object stuck out from the front. It was a bookmark. It's a normal bookmark for the most part, crudely laminated with plain design. The only notable thing about it was that I'd seen it before. It's hers. It was lying in Lina's drawer yesterday, tucked safely away. I keep telling myself that it's pointless, but I can't shake the feeling that this memory is somehow relevant. Did Lucas give it to her as a present? That might make sense, but then how does he have the same one? It could just be coincidence, but I know it isn't. It's silly. The thing I'm trying to remember is so irrelevant that I forgot it after only a year. And yet, it must have been important to at least one person for it to be stored away so deliberately. Mark, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just... Alright, just making sure. Anyway, as I was saying... The uncle is talking, but my mind is so clouded to make any sense of it. Hang on a moment. That isn't who I think it is it? I turn to look outside and my suspicion is proven correct. At first I had only seen one, but there are two figures out in the snow. One of them has every right to be there, although she could probably be sitting with us instead. As for the other... Sorry guys, but I'll be back in a moment. Watch my stuff. I spring to my feet and dash outside. Well, look who decided to shop. Gasping for breath, I catch them before they reach the entrance. That's what I should be telling you. What are you doing here? Nothing in particular. I was bored, so I decided to pay you a visit. At school of all places? I did say I would come back, didn't I? This just proves that I'm not a liar. That's beside the point. Only if you want it to be. What do you even care about making sense anymore? Don't be mean on you, John. Myra just bumped into me on the way to school and asked for directions. When we started talking, she ended up following me here. She was just trying to be friendly. And you don't think that's even remotely creepy? More importantly, you seem to be quite an interesting person, Mark. Myra pulls on a mischievous grin, as if she knows something she isn't supposed to know and wants me to know that she knows it. Anyway, what are we whittling around here for? Let's go grab something to eat. What? I already had a lunch. That's okay, just junk food tastes better. And I have friends to eat with. Don't you want to eat with your precious childhood friend? Who said you were my childhood friend? No. I did. Now let's go. Wait. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun. So, what exactly are these things? Just eat it. What's the worst that could happen? You could be trying to poison me. Why would I do something like that? I'm not sure why you do anything you do. Good point. Good point. Well, I guess you have to live in fear as long as I'm by your side. Sounds like a dream come true. Myra takes a bite out of the fish-shaped snack. These things creep me out. I'm not sure if I want to know what's inside them. I think I heard Rin talking about this once. Something about a character that really liked them. Oh, and what happened? I think she died. That's disappointing. Well, maybe she came back to life or something, I don't know. It's not like that's relevant to anything. Yeah, I guess not. That was an odd pause. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Sure you don't want to starve out there after voluntarily choosing to skip lunch? I guess in her words, voluntarily choosing means being physically dragged from one point to another. I don't understand this guy's thinking. Why wouldn't you go for that? You won't know what it's like until you try it. Take a bite. Fine. Sweet. I know, isn't it great? It's not bad. See? She takes another bite, looking like it in a candy store. You're not difficult to please, are you? Are you implying something? No, I'm asking directly. That's not the point. Now, do you see how I feel when I talk to you? She devours the last of her snack to hide the fact that she's at a loss of her words. For words. You look like you don't have a war in the world. It must be nice. I don't have much to worry about in the first place, right? We can take as much time as we need. That smile. It makes me uncomfortable. Why? Anyway, I'm just glad you weren't trying to poison me with this thing after all. I told you I won't do something like that. The most I do is try to mess with your social life. Is that supposed to be comforting? You're easy to tie with. So, Myra, if you don't want to tell me about yourself, then tell me about your past. The distant past, even. Why do you ask that all of a sudden? Well, you were talking to Rin, right? She must have asked something about you, and I don't think you could have war. That's your way out around it. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. True. But still, you must have taught her something, right? It's a little unfair that she knows more about you than I do. Myra props her chin on her fingers. Fair enough. So where do you want me to start? Now that's a tricky one. I didn't even think she'd agree. Well, what about your life before high school? What were you doing before we met? You don't pull your punches, do you? She grins awkwardly but continues on. I'm not sure if I told you this, but I was living in another country a few years ago. It was from the end of junior high to the beginning of high school. Okay, now I'm curious. Feel free to stop talking when you want, but mind telling how you ended up in another country? Well, it's a long story. I can wait. I know, but... She sighs audibly. I guess that's the end of that. It's alright, I understand. Sorry for prying. Oh no, there's no need to apologize. It's nice to see that you are being open with me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? You haven't told me much about yourself either. That's because you already seem to know all there is now to know. I can't argue with that. Asked Myra unconsciously. It's like I'm talking to an old friend. Well, it's up to you, but I don't think it's helping us grow closer if you don't tell me anything about yourself. I don't mean to hit the nerve, but... You really want to know? Hey, when you put it that way, I'm not sure. If it's important to you, then I can talk. But only if you promise that you're not just doing it out of curiosity. I stare at her and regret sinks in. Sorry. No, I should apologize. It isn't like me to get this serious. You know, even though I haven't known you for long, I think we've talked enough for me to understand just a little bit about you. I know enough to say that you are not suited to being depressed. Hey, I'm still human. Humans are allowed to be depressed. Then how do you explain jumping off the roof and vanishing in the snow? Well, maybe I'm just a special human. A human that doesn't teleport isn't a human. You shouldn't get your streams. Which, yep, she's definitely back to normal. You know, you're a lot more childish than I first thought. Well, what would you rather act like an elegant lady that lives in a mansion, drinks expensive tea every morning, and goes to prestigious all girls high school? No, definitely not. That was a very specific example. No, I'm not saying it as an insult. I just find it surprising. I think it's kind of nice that you act like this. It makes me feel like I can relate to you. You don't think you can relate to the refined type? Well, no, not really. And I don't think many of us can either. Maybe you're right. Well, that's okay, I'm far from refined, as you can see. Myra brushes her hair aside and her dark expression with it. This is who I really am anyway, just an eccentric kid who enjoys a quiet mind of reading. If that's how you want to put it, then I'm just a weak-willed slacker who would skip school right before exams to talk to a girl he barely knows. It's an odd combination, but I think it works. And that's all that matters. Come on, let's go. The day is still young. She looks up at for once. I willingly follow.